Hello, everyone, and welcome back to God Solid's Turnbuckle. And oh, guess what? It's predictions time once again. This time we've got two pay-per-views this weekend. We have WWE Payback and AEW's All Out. On this particular show, we will be focusing around WWE Payback. I will be doing another predictions video for AEW's All Out to go along with that. Hopefully, I'll have that filmed and ready by Saturday. Latest, it will be up on Sunday morning, but hopefully by Saturday that will go out. Hopefully, this will be out on Friday on that one. Though I'm filming this on Thursday night, but hopefully it'll go out on Friday. And yeah, it is going to be time for WWE Payback. I'm going to be doing predictions here. Also, just for reference, this weekend I will be doing live reactions over on my Twitch page for WWE Payback. The likelihood at this moment, I will not be doing live reactions for AEW's All Out, mainly due to the aspect that I actually have a fantasy football draft on Sunday, and I believe it's happening during the pay-per-view itself. So I won't really be able to do live reactions. I may be watching the show, but I may not be able to live react to it. So we'll see how it ends up going throughout that day. If I could do a live reaction all out, I'll definitely be doing that as well. But let's go ahead and get started with everything. And we're going to go ahead and start with the United States Championship match. It's going to be Rey Mysterio going up against Austin Theory. This is an area where I feel like Theory's kind of like the person not necessarily in the focus for this championship at this time. He lost it to Rey Mysterio a few weeks ago after injuring Santos Escobar, and then Rey Mysterio took his place in the match. This is the rematch for it, but I feel like that storyline is going to be focusing more around Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio down the line. So I do think the title is going to be a part of that as well. So I'm going to be seeing Rey Mysterio actually picking up the victory here, keeping that championship, and then probably taking it into a feud with Santos down the line along with this. Do we get a heel turn? I would suspect so in this, but we'll see how everything plays out. But I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio, and then hopefully Austin Theory can kind of get back on track. Like, he really didn't do much with that United States Championship. Had it for a long time, but really didn't do too much with it. So hopefully he'll be able to get some different storylines and everything and get kind of back on track. We'll see how that plays out for him as well, but who knows where Austin Theory's going at this point. And up next is going to be LA Knight going up against The Miz. And this feud's actually been kind of shockingly good. It's been actually a lot of fun to watch this feud. How Miz reacts to LA Knight, trying to just call him the flavor of the month, everything to go along with that. Where LA Knight's just coming out and he's matching promos at this point with the Miz, and it's actually been a lot of fun, which is something I can't really say I've been seeing too much of lately with a Miz program. But ultimately, I feel like a Miz match is usually going to be pretty good to begin with. It's never usually anything spectacular, but usually they come out decent to pretty good. So that's what I'm kind of expecting here. And I feel like this is the point in time where they are going to either push LA Knight or they're not going to do anything with LA Knight. I feel like they're going to start that, or I feel like they've already kind of started his push to being more than just a guy who comes out there and gets cheered. So we'll see where they end up going with him after a feud with The Miz. But I see LA Knight winning this particular match, so that is going to be my prediction for it. And up next is going to be for the Unified Tag Team titles. It's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going up against the Judgment Day. It's going to be Damian Priest and Finn Balor. And we've been seeing a lot of dissension recently between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. A lot of people are making it feel like that they are going to be splitting up here very soon, which could be the case on this one. when it comes to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, though, since winning the tag team titles, they've actually had some really good matches and a couple of okay storylines coming out of that particular feud, or coming out of the particular feud with the Usos after WrestleMania. And like I said, I've had a couple of very good title defenses along with it. But I can't really say that their title reign has been spectacular by any stretch of the imagination. It's just one of those things where you don't necessarily know where they're fully going with everything. And I do see them kind of playing out the whole thing with Judgment Day a little bit more, versus, you know, just going for like a split between them, especially how they've had Rhea Ripley kind of taking control of everything and trying to get them to work together. I feel like it works out for them in this particular case, especially with it being a street fight. And I am actually seeing them I'm actually seeing them go ahead and take those tag titles off of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in this particular case. And I'm going to pick the Judgment Day to actually win it and take the tag team titles. Could be completely wrong on this one, especially with any type of predicting any type of title changes. But I can see the Judgment Day winning this one, and figure that, you know what, it's worth a prediction to go along with it. And up next is going to be for the Women's World Championship. It's going to be Rhea Ripley going up against Raquel Rodriguez. And you know what? They've had this match in NXT before. If you've watched it in NXT, it's a really good match. And I expect them to do that here. I know they've been working a storyline where Raquel Rodriguez has had a knee injury and everything with that. I expect that to be play a role in this particular match. But if they can pull off anything like they did in their NXT days, when Rhea Ripley was exiting out of NXT to go up to the main roster, I'm gonna probably expect this to be a rather good match, a really good match actually in this one. And in the terms of taking that championship off of Rhea Ripley, I don't see them necessarily doing that quite yet. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be Raquel Rodriguez who will eventually take that title off of Rhea Ripley, or if it'll be someone else down the line. But with this being Raquel's first, well, not necessarily her first match with Rhea Ripley in a one-on-one area on the main roster, but not necessarily her first title feud. I know she had some matches with Ronda Rousey as well. So I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley in this one. Though I could see them actually putting that title on Raquel Rodriguez down the line to go along with it. I just don't think they're going to do it within the first match in this particular feud. I don't see them taking that title off of Ripley quite yet. And up next is going to be for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's going to be Seth Rollins going up against Shinsuke Nakamura. And man, I'm going to say it. I'm really liking this feud. And I'm liking what they're doing with heel Shinsuke Nakamura this time around. It's not like last time when it was basically him just giving AJ Styles low blows all the time as part of his heel turn. It really felt like they brought something extra out of Shinsuke Nakamura for this particular heel turn, especially with the aspect of how personal he's getting with Seth Rollins, not just with the aspect of his back injury, which is a legit back injury, but how he brings, like, you know, he's always in pain, he can't necessarily do as much as he wants with his family, his wife, his daughter, everything to go along with that. And the vignettes that they've been doing with Shinsuke Nakamura have been absolutely fantastic. There's a piece of me that actually, or I won't say just a piece of me, I really actually would like to see them put the title on Shinsuke Nakamura for even a brief period of time, because it's been that good, and it would be nice to see if maybe he could do something along the lines with other people on the roster to go along with it. But as much as I think Shinsuke should probably win this match, I do feel like they're going to go with Seth Rollins, and that's going to be my prediction. If they end out going with Shinsuke Nakamura to win the match and taking the World Heavyweight title, I'm all for it. This has been, since his heel turn, it's actually been really good. So I would like to see where they would go even further with it, with him with a title run to go along with that. But something tells me that it feels like they're gonna keep this one on Seth Rollins, or keep that title on Seth Rollins and have him win this match. And up next is going to be the last match, and this could quite possibly main event the show. It could either be this Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus in a steel cage to end the show, or it could be the World Heavyweight title match being Nakamura and Rollins. I'm going to go, for the time being, just based upon the storyline and the length of the storyline, and actually what I would say probably an enjoyable storyline as well, albeit maybe a little bit longer than what most people anticipated. I think they have the potential of ending this show with Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. And honestly, at this point, I do feel this should be the feud ender. You've had the match on Raw. You've actually had, quote unquote, a couple matches on Raw, and they end in some weird way where there's no decisive winner. You had the match. You did have the match back in Saudi Arabia for that, where Trish did win. You've had matches with Zoe Stark and Becky Lynch at this point. They kept it going into Money in the Bank as well. A lot of people thought this would end at SummerSlam, but for whatever reason, that match did not make the card, and now is going to be here. Honestly, like I said, I feel like this should be the feud ender with this, and then Becky Lynch is going to go on to feud with whomever she's going to feud with next. If Trish Stratus is sticking around, maybe she goes off to feud with someone else right after that as well. And in the terms of a winner in this one, who I would be predicting, in this case, I feel like they have to go with Becky Lynch here. You have had Trish get a win over Becky Lynch with the help of Zoe Stark way back at the beginning of the feud. I think it's time that, at least in a one-on-one situation, Becky Lynch ends out picking up the victory here. So Becky Lynch will be my prediction for this. And actually, it is, as of right now, a 6-match card. I don't anticipate that there'll be any other matches here on there. They will be having a segment with Grayson Waller and Cody Rhodes as well, which, you know, that's going to be definitely a segment. Probably going to be a lot of fun. Cody Rhodes promos are pretty good, are usually pretty good, and Grayson Waller is actually doing quite well with everybody he goes out there with. So I anticipate to be a decent promo segment for that one. And yeah, but that is everything for WWE Payback. With that being said, if you liked the video and everything that you saw, give it a like, share it if you so wish, and subscribe. Heck, if you dislike it as well, there is still a dislike button there, though it's technically not visible, or like the number of dislikes aren't visible, but it is something that I can see on my end, and I can always try changing things up if a lot of people end up disliking it as well. But with that being said, I hope everybody takes care. They stay safe, they stay healthy, and have a great rest of your day.